Peace and blessings, beloved. You're listening to the voice of Dean Garrett, the Ren and RenRising. Thank you for joining us on this beautiful Monday with RenRising. I have some really awesome guests with us joining us today. But my regular ride or die, brother Preston D. Cherry.
What's happening? Gotta get a D in there too.
Absolutely,
Right,
absolutely.
right.
So yeah, how you doing, brother?
I'm doing pretty good. Just got back from out of town. Saw my grandparents. It was all good.
Mm-hmm.
He hasn't been feeling well, but he was all smiles when he saw me. So
yeah, you all tanned up and everything.
I get red, you know. I get engine, you know.
No, bro, you're nice and toasty looking.
Just
So good.
thanks for asking.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely. So your family hadn't seen you in a minute, huh?
In a minute. It's been almost 10 years actually. So
Okay. Wow,
I have
brother.
two. I know. But it was all good. We made it for lost time. I'm gonna go back, obviously.
Good.
But it was all good.
Okay.
It's all good.
Okay, that's good. That's good.
Yeah.
I had a really cool weekend. Had a chance to spend some time with my sweetheart and my son. So, you know, like the route, I always mention the route before we get going. And today is going to be the day.
Mm.
Today is going to be the day for whatever you claim. So you name it, you claim it, you act as though it is, and we move forward. I wanted to read something to you. So pardon me already. I'm gonna read, but it may be a little off. I love Think and Grow Rich. I love Napoleon Hill, and these two excerpts come from him. Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow that which should be done the day before yesterday. What? Let me say that again. Procrastination is the bad habit of putting off until the day after tomorrow that which should have been done the day before yesterday. So nobody here in this space and place in the elevation room is professing perfection. You know, when I talk about things like that, I talk about them because I experience them, I go through them. So we all suffer from those moments where we procrastinate. But, you know, the big thing is action and movement. We gotta move, people. We gotta move.
So actually, the CEO of Alibaba said this recently. He said the number one reason why people are
Why is that?
because they wait.
Procrastinate.
Because they wait. And if you get some action up in you, you know, and just a little step. You just gotta get you some wins.
One step at a time.
I was calling wins, just some baby wins, and motivate you to keep on going.
Yeah,
For sure.
That's real talk. That's real talk. And you know, a lot of us, you know, and the thing, y'all, things happen. You know, we go through moments where we have these fallbacks, and we go through moments where things aren't moving for us, and we're feeling down or whatever. But you just know in those moments, those are times for elevation. Those are times to move to the next level. You know, if you own them and take responsibility for them, remember Sister from A Fruitful Perspective? Yes. She talked about that, Sister Patience Collins. Responsibility. Be responsible for your actions and just move. You don't have to wallow in it. You know, we all go through low periods, but we just have to.
And you have to take a pause for a second. But a meditation helped me a lot.
Yeah.
So we got the tools. So, and another mentor of mine told me this: perfection. You can't gain perfection, but on the way to perfection, you can find excellence. So.
Oh, one more time for me, brother, please. On the way up.
On the way. You're trying to attain perfection, and on the way there, you can gain excellence.
Gain excellence.
So you can get that, no doubt.
All right. So gain excellence. Claim it, name it, and claim it as though it is. All right. So today we have two guests. We'll talk about them in a moment, but we're going to go through the elevation room. That's our first segment. We'll be talking about what's in the water, right? That we're fully aware of what's going on in Flint, Michigan. But the truth is, y'all, it doesn't stop there. You know, all the major cities, all of our cities have this thing happening where the water is contaminated. We're drinking that. It's affecting our babies. It's affecting us. And we're wondering what's going on. It's the basic need for us, water. It covers the majority of the earth. We're having to pay for it. And even when we pay for it, you know, it's not healthy for us. It's killing us. So that's the elephant in the room. The next segment is going to be elevation conversation, where we just kind of get around and throw a topic in there and go at it. And the last one is unapologetically me, the two brothers that are joining us. both have businesses, and I always say, KRS One says, success is an attitude. It's not about what you have, it's not about what you drive, it's not about what you live. It's that when you're walking in your light, you walk in your light, you walk in your purpose, and you're able to make a living at it. That's what success looks like, people. That's real success. So they'll be talking about their business, they'll be talking about their successes and pitfalls, because we need to know those in order to elevate. So where are we as far as is concerned?
We got a couple of minutes.
Okay.
Actually, you know what? You can invest in water now.
Mm-hmm.
There's some ETFs out there, exchange traded funds you can get into.
Okay.
There's a lot of people with money that are actually invested in privately, and like private equity in other countries, in water. But water is going to be the thing over the next few years. I mean, it's being included in a lot of commodity baskets on Wall Street and whatnot.
Okay.
So we got to get at it. Matter of fact, I think Kevin Costner actually has a mechanism that he's working on, or has a patent for it, turn salt water into fresh water. I mean, so it's the new thing. I mean, for sure, it's been going on for probably a decade or so. But you can definitely invest in water through ETFs and whatnot. Right now, they're very speculative, but at the same time, they are on the radar, because water is serious.
Water is serious.
No doubt.
It's a lifeline. It's a lifeline.
That's right.
That and oxygen.
Right.
With Brother Wes Simmons, one of the brothers joining us, will be talking about,
Oh yeah, well, I'm here to get schooled. We're always here to get schooled.
We're always here to be elevated, to be educated.
Right.
You never stop learning.
You never stop.
learning.
And if you do, another mentor, you gotta get you a mentor. Everybody has to have mentors.
Talk about it.
One mentor told me, said, Preston, he said, listen, if you're the smartest guy in the room all the time, he said, you're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong room.
You're in the wrong room.
I love that.
You're in the wrong room. You need to be somewhere you be quiet and listen. And listen.
Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah.
At all times. You never stop learning, like one of my guests said. Well, we can't go to some song. We were just talking about the song list today. So how did you come up with that, Mama? What?
So I have a really good friend, J.R. Wilson. I love you, brother J.R. He introduced me to Zap Mama. And the song in particular, Bandy Bandy, is a duet with Erykah Badu. So I'm an Erykah Badu fan.
For sure.
And so I just want to throw a little something in there for y'all. It's a little different today. And then we're going to follow that up with one of my favorites. A lot of people don't dig them like I did. PM Dawn.
PM Dawn's the truth.
Ooh, right?
Oh my goodness.
Talk about it. So,
Oh my goodness.
yeah, I'm digging PM Dawn. Do you have anything else to say about the song list?
No, go ahead. I'm gonna listen. I'm gonna listen. So I'm gonna get into this Bandy Bandy. Was it Bandy Bandy?
Bandy Bandy.
All right, that sounds like something
That's
everybody
right.
do. Let's get it right now. Alright. First segment done. Rhythm today. It's all about rhythm, Wes.
That's what it's
all about rhythm.
You have a radio voice, so do you. Like, y'all cool, man. Y'all cool, man. It's just like, I swear, you were on Magic 102 back in the day. You had your Quiet Storm.
I like that. Quiet Storm. Did you say Quiet Storm?
The Quiet Storm.
Oh, wow. Okay.
For all you lovers.
Right, I have a quiet store in the middle of the afternoon. It don't even matter.
I'm gonna take y'all home.
Right.
You get some good feedback, so it's like, I'm so excited.
Oh, really? That's good. Okay.
You put this on pause. So, check. What did you say about the ETFs? You said people are trading this on stock market?
Yeah, right.
What does ETF stand for?
Exchange traded fund. So they're the cheaper versions of mutual funds. And then index funds are cheaper than that. But these ETFs, there's about 4 or 5 of them. If you Google water ETFs, they'll all come out. I don't know the ticker symbol around the cup, but they invest in companies that deal with water. They may even throw some utilities in there. So it's interesting. I haven't broken them all down or anything like that, but it's just interesting that you can invest in water.
And that's the cheaper version of an index fund, you said?
Then a mutual fund. So it's index fund, it's index, ETF, then mutual fund, as far as from lowest to highest cost.
Okay. Yeah. primary difference between all three of those is quality of stock, maybe, or?
No, not necessarily. The index fund and the index funds and the exchange traded funds can trade intraday, so you can get out of them while the market is open. Mutual funds, you can sell them intraday, but they won't sell until the end of the day. So basically, what that means is the first two funds, the market.
I couldn't, you know what, they like give me 5 foot. So it was maybe like 6 years ago. There's a club in Midtown, I forget what it was, but he was a guest performer. And, you know, I'm a big Mr. fan, you know, his group. And so we walked in there, Bobby Valentino's in, I'm all right, cool, I'm looking. And he's like, kind of like in the VIP area, I looked over. And he was actually standing on the couch. Yeah. So he got down, looked taller. On the couch. Yeah. I'm like, all right, cool, looking right eye to eye. Man, he about to
That's all of them are short. All of them.
Morris Chestnut, he's
short too.
He's like 5'8".
All of them.
That's short. Man, that's a camera.
They short. That's a camera. I haven't met a TV except for basketball people that are actually tall. All of them are short, under 6 feet, like you said. All of them under 6 feet. All of them. Telling they short.
I got a real quick man crush story. I'm a Kobe Bryant fan.
Oh yeah, me too. Yeah, Kobe.
And it was a year I took like a LA road trip because I went to go see him play in Boston, New York, and Orlando. And so, because I have friends in the military, so when I went down to Orlando, I was waiting for my friends to come in from Tampa, and LA was playing, Magic. So I checked in my hotel, was hanging out, chilling. Man, I ran into Craig Sager. You know, and he'll drink tall. He about 6'4".
Yeah.
You know, he's over here anyway. He drinks like a fish. So we just
he do. I saw him
sipping on some Bud Light. And I was going back to the room to get my wallet because my friends pulled up. So not knowing that LA were staying there, I didn't know. And so when I was walking towards like the front desk to the elevator, I seen all these names I recognized. Mine, Gasol, Derek Fisher. I said, man, the Lakers are staying here. I said, well, damn, what if I run into Kobe Bryant, right? So I ran upstairs, get my wallet, was going to get some lunch. And I was on the 9th floor. And then the elevator stopped on the 6th floor. And so I'm texting, Facebook, and I'm looking down the ground. And this cool, clean white man walks on the elevator. $1,000 suit. I said, you're somebody's businessman. You gotta be. And so I'm texting again. In comes Kobe Bryant. And I'm like, I'm wearing a 24 jersey. And I had to, kind of zip my jacket up. I want to be like those crazy fans, like something wrong with him. And he was like, well, you gotta say something. Say something. Say something. Please say something. And then Kobe spoke. What's going on, bro? And I said, well, I gotta respond now. I said, look, please don't me like Howard. I'll finish that story. You got 5 minutes, huh? Oh wow. Are you serious? What?
So welcome back. Thank you for joining us again here at RenRising. Brother Preston, what do you know about that? Sometimes I miss you. What do you know about PM Dog?
PM Dog. And then I heard that Al B. Short sample in the back.
Right.
That's one of my favorite albums. That first Al B.
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah.
A curl and all.
Trying to remember curl.
Oh.
That was what they call good hair.
That was good hair. I tried to get some. I had an S curl and I fried all mine off. So,
see, that's what you get.
but like Malcolm X says, get that conch out your hair.
Get that conch out
Get
your
that conch
hair.
out your hair.
I'm transitioning right now, allowing my hair to grow out and allowing it to. I didn't get perms per se, which is still a perm, but I was getting like the texturizer, trying to. But yeah.
No, texturizer is good. When there's some, horses missing around here, that's the issue. That's the issue.
Yeah. That's just like, good Lord, I can't wait for it to take form and take shape.
Right.
But
you're rocking it.
Thank you, brother. Thank you, I appreciate it. So we're back with the elephant in the room. Real quick, before I go into the elephant room, I want to read one more thing regarding procrastination because it is a big thing with me, and I know it affects other people. We talk about it all the time. So I'm reading again, so bear with me. For an achiever, Perhaps the most dangerous and most destructive habit of all is procrastination, for it robs you of your initiative. When you put things off once, it's easier to put them off again until the habit is so firmly ingrained that it cannot be easily broken. Sadly, the effects of the habit of procrastination are also cumulative. Its cure is obvious: action. The cure to procrastination is action. So we gotta move, forward movement and action. You'll be surprised how quickly you begin to feel better about yourself and your situation when you get going on something, y'all. Anything. Yes. Action may not always bring happiness, but there is no happiness without action. No happiness without action. People, we gotta move. Whatever it is, whatever that looks like for you, whatever you feel like your purpose is, whatever you feel like makes you happy, whatever that is, start to look in that direction and pursue it one step at a time. Today is the day you go get your DBA. Today is the day that you do research on a new company, something that you're interested in. Today is the day. All right, so today's the day we bring you Elephant in the Room. And the topic for today, good people, is what's in the water. And our guest joining us is Brother Wes Simmons. How you doing, brother?
Brother Wes.
Bring the mic on around.
Bring the mic. He was sipping on his own supply.
I know, right?
Sipping on his own supply. They kept the bottle of water right there.
I'm going to sleep over here. I'm just kidding. I'm doing well. No, I'm just kidding. Doing well. It's an honor to be here.
Okay, it's good having you, brother. It's good having you. Absolutely. Pass that mic on over to Brother Elevation. He's joining us today, just as an asset to the group. Thank you for being with us, brother.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely.
It's wonderful to be here. It's my first time on real radio. Man. So I'm glad to be here.
Yeah, good. It's good having you. It's good having you.
We were talking about radio voices. He got one too.
We're really doing it today. That's what I'm talking about. So, the hope is actually to keep you brothers around now that my beloved Preston Cherry is going to pursue his PhD and harness and focus his time on that. We may have one more show with him.
No, thank you, sir. It was scot-free, so I gotta go back. I gotta get that.
Yeah, talk about that. Just look at that by itself. The fact that somebody's paying for you to get your education.
It was a true blessing. It just, I haven't been back to my alma mater, or one of my alma maters, first HBCU. I always give a shout out to HBCUs. AMU produces positive people. I'm trying to build a program out there, actually a financial planning program, with a professor that's already out there. He's been doing good work already. And then, so I went back to Lubbock, Texas Tech, where I got my master's degree, and they said, we would like to have you back because you contributed so much while you were there. So it really didn't have anything to do with me. It was just everything aligned up. Whatever higher power that you give higher power to, that's what happened to me.
But beloved, it did have everything to do with you. You laid the groundwork. I mean, all this comes through energy and the creator. But you had the wherewithal to follow your vision and follow it well. So I'm sorry, brother, what you say?
No, so that's a fact.
Yes,
absolutely.
Indeed. So you have to own that.
Well,
you have to own that greatness in you. We all see the God in you, so own that.
Well, thank you.
Absolutely.
I hope to pass it on afterwards, for sure.
See, that right there, what this brother just said, he hopes to pass it on. Y'all, that's...
Well, not even a hope. Now, I don't like that word either.
Oh.
I hope and think and I need to and all that.
Your intent.
No, not intent. I'm going to start a not-for-profit.
Well, all right.
It's going to launch next spring, actually, so it's going to concentrate on financial literacy for high school youth. So, juniors and seniors. I'm going to have a financial literacy camp, particularly for urban youth, because the net worth gap between African Americans and the rest of the population, or for our fair nation, is very wide.
Right.
So I'm going to try to affect generational wealth through teaching and trying to catch them early so they can get, practice good habits early. Early. Instead of some of us that are already pretty much gone by the wayside. So
it's never too late.
It is never too late.
Good to
it is never too late.
Yeah, to catch them.
So that's what I mean by paying forward. I will be doing that next spring.
Yeah. So I'm going to throw this in right quick. Wherever it is I can fit in to support and help you, brother, I don't know what that looks like.
Okay.
I know you don't either at this point in time, but if ever it come up, you know it's just a fluke. You
All
know what
right.
I mean?
Appreciate that.
Absolutely,
All
absolutely.
right.
So having said all that, the two brothers that are joining us today, Brother West and Brother Elevation, I hope to have them back on a regular, supporting the show and giving their thoughts and ideas. So yeah. So elephant in the room today is what's in the water. We will be dealing with that. So Brother West,
Yes.
we all know what's happening in Flint, right?
You do?
And the reality is that it's not just happening in Flint.
Right.
All of our water, from starting from the fluoride, which everybody, I should say, the powers that be had us thinking that was helping us, and we all know now that it is toxic and that it does not belong in our drinking water. So, what's your take on
Public water.
Our public water?
My take? Let me just start out
Absolutely.
to saying that, before I got on this new water trend or whatever, I mean, just like you and everybody in this room, we were all drinking bottled water because we didn't want to drink tap.
Right.
Then, they said they came out with filtered refrigerator systems. Oh, the microphone? Okay, cool. But all my life I've been drinking water, bottled water. So, but I knew that.
Thinking that we're doing the right thing.
Yeah, thinking that we're drinking healthier water because it's in the bottle. But so like once I got to school, like early in January, before Flint even hit the fan, I was already transitioning to think about how can I filter my own water at home.
Right.
And then once Flint hit, and then it was just the world just turned upside down. And then one of my mentors introduced me to this business that I'm doing now. About, hey, you drink bottled water. I mean, he just came at me. You drink bottled water, tap, you need to stop. All right, cool. So I checked it out, and the rest is history. I had this machine that you guys see right here, and chlorine. When I talk about chlorine, that's one of the main toxins that's in the water.
Is it chlorine? Chlorine is the main one?
It's the main one.
Wow.
Think about a swimming pool. Think about how many times we've all took a sip of water because we're swimming. Like, oh my God, who? And
spit it right back out.
It spit it right back out. I mean, that's exactly what's in tap water. And I mean, it was a no-brainer. And so what I'm doing now is just, I'm a messenger sharing the message. Say, hey, look, if we've been brainwashed so long, drinking bottled water thinking it's healthy, we need to change.
What else is in water today?
Oh, of course you have lead. Lead and then fluoride.
So that's in tap water and bottled water, or just the tap water?
Bottled water is tap water.
So what are the big name brands telling us?
The name brands? All right.
They're telling us one thing, but...
Right. One of the big name brands is, of course, Aquafina, which is owned by Pepsi. Pepsi came out in February of this year and say, hey, you basically drinking, you're drinking trash. You're drinking tap water. We sorry, we apologize. It's up to you guys to go out and get a water filter machine on your own. But we made the mistake and we're letting it be known. And so Aquafina is one, Fiji is one, Smart Water.
What, Fiji?
Fiji, yeah.
Yeah,
everybody loves Fiji.
Fiji.
Man, that cool bottle.
Man, trust me.
I got one in the truck.
Man, hey, every day I'm spending $5 on it because the bottle is good.
Yeah.
But Fiji's one. Like I said, Aquafina, Evian, Voss.
Voss with the glass and the great top.
When you in the club and you spending like $10 on it, man, that's tap water. Man. And so, and how do you test that? You just basically, what we have with us is called a pH tester. We just drop a few drops in the water, and if you see anything that's not purple, but it's green, yellow, blue, I mean, it's basically that water is being tested. Well, actually, it's already tested for high
pH balance.
pH balance. Sorry about that. Yeah.
All good.
And and it's not alkaline. Anything below 8, you're basically drinking trash, and that's what we've been told. And like I said, once I found out back in like January, I mean, it was all right. We need to make something because my dad, well, actually my parents, they always been drinking alkaline water. They thought they were, but my dad, he can't drink tap water because he's diabetic. So he's been on the health trip, and then like this machine is actually, I mean, it's helping out our family.
So tell me what is.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Oh no, I just wanted to know how much water can that clean at a time, and where do you get something like that? Or?
Okay. This machine here actually it hooks up to you to your bathroom faucet or your kitchen faucet. You know, it's just about the size of a coffee pot, and of course you have to get it through me or go to the company and get it.
Okay. No, we're gonna get it through you. That's why you're here today. That's the whole goal. Let's get educated on water.
So tell me, what's the importance of alkaline? Why? Because that's a buzzword right now. Everybody's talking about alkaline. And see, that's almost like a new term. But from what I understand, diseases and
cancer
can't thrive in an alkaline environment. You know, so
right. Just going to elaborate on that. It's a true statement. The doctor, his name is Dr. Hosbart. He wrote a big piece about disease and cancers can't live in alkaline water. And go ahead. Oh, I love talking without the microphone. But where was I?
Dr. Hosbart.
Yeah, Dr. Hosbart. He wrote an article about it, and it was been published in Associated Press. I had the name written down on the article, but it was just saying that about how much cancer and chlorine, those two go together.
Oh wow!
Yeah, and it blew my mind. And like I said, that's the one video I always show people. I said, you got to look at this.
Right.
You got to look at this.
So when you give a presentation and you're passing on knowledge to everybody, things that you like to pass on to everybody, not necessarily your elevator pitch, but what are the three things that are important to you and you want to pass on to other people about water, what their intake is?
Gotcha. It's just, we have to get better. We have to get better. And our body is, almost 80% water.
That's right.
Why not drink the best? Don't put a price on your health. Yes. And that's what, the majority of people that come to me, whether it's on Facebook or they text me, Wes, why does this cost so much? All right, well, cool. How important is your health? Right. How important is it? Do you want to put a price tag on that for the rest of your life?
Okay. I want to let Brother Elliott.
Absolutely.
Peace. I want to address your questions for how much our water should be, water intake. Yeah. It's been said that we should drink at least 1 ounce per pound that we weigh, or half of that much, I should say. So if you're 220 pounds, it means that you should drink 110 ounces of water per day.
Okay.
Yeah,
wow.
Yeah, that's what's been said. I got that from a brother who made a movie called Urban Kryptonite. Urban Kryptonite is all about the alkaline lifestyle. Okay. Now, the reason why alkaline is so important is because of our biology. You see, the melanated biology is carbon-based. It's not sulfur-based. So with that being said, that it's a lot of foods that we take in that give us these like high cholesterol, hypertension, things that's not really native to our environment.
Right.
See, non-melanated people, their biology, their physiology, from a science standpoint, is sulfur-based. So when we try to combine the two, let's say, for example, we eat a lot of white foods, whether it's potatoes, cauliflower, a lot of these graphic foods. Right. But different types of rice. Black rice is okay. See, a lot of things that, because in the plant life or plant world, things that has chlorophyll is similar to having melanin, and we need to intake more
of that.
Absolutely.
Okay. More green things.
Definitely more green things with color.
Okay. Color.
Yes.
Yeah. Gotcha. Okay.
Because anything that's devoid of it, is against life. It creates an environment for disease and cancers to thrive in.
Okay.
Even things that cause mucus, such as cheese, milks. It's been said, and proven that people who have glaucoma wouldn't have it as bad, or if at all,
if they laid off the
milk and other things that cause mucus.
I see D nodding her head. So,
This is straight from Dr. Seddon.
Okay.
It's not something I had to reinvent the wheel on.
Right.
And whether he's right or not, I'm not sure. I know he's 83 years old and he has a 7-month-old baby boy right now. Right. So that has some, absolutely.
Another show.
I'm gonna give you some vegetables right now. Wait a minute. But no, that's great information.
Yes.
Particularly, is there? I've heard some people say that some, particularly greens. I'm back on my own question, but some greens are bad, some greens are good, some greens are acidic. What
This is true.
Okay.
See, like number one, a lot of us we eat collard greens, but collard greens has vitamin K in it. And vitamin K, when you eat too much of it, causes your blood to coagulate and gives you high blood pressure. That's
Wow.
with no type of turkey in it.
So
no
this
type
is
of
collard greens. You
Collard
said?
greens.
Collard
Collard greens,
greens.
mustard
Wow.
greens, vitamin K, cause your blood to coagulate.
Okay.
Oh my God.
Absolutely.
We're elevating. We're
I
elevating.
know. I need to
We're
take it.
educated.
It's also been said that spinach has starch in it, and something that has starch, you say that's acid based as well. And I love spinach.
Yeah, yeah.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
And see, and the thing with us though is that we start out on this path and we think we're doing the right thing because they have all these other energies out there passing on information, telling us, okay, this is the right way, this is the right way. And once you get down to the science of it, the real of the real of the real is not necessarily true. And we.
So I was watching the nightly news the other day, and here's the funny thing about the nightly news. Chocolate is good and bad for you, like depending on what month it is.
I'm serious. It swings.
It does swing. Like, well, who's controlling that?
Right.
Then it's the sugar thing. Who's controlling that information? That said, the First Lady Obama came out with a new nutrition label.
Mm-hmm.
And it's going to be going on packages over the next couple of years. So I think there's a real effort because there's been an outcry of getting better nutrition information.
Mm-hmm.
Just because something is low in calories doesn't mean it's not good, as far as sugar content.
Right.
So they're making all these changes going forward.
Mm-hmm.
It's still not going to be enough. We need brothers like brother Elevation and West to tell us. To instruct us. But I think because of the information that's coming out, then the FDA, although they're lagging behind, way behind, they're starting to change a little bit because the information is out there.
Yeah.
But we still need experts to keep on telling us what's good and bad for sure. Because I learned something today for sure.
You do have those key people that are in our community dropping that information for us. And some people are like, oh, I don't believe that. But just do your legwork, do your research and find out as much as you can. So at least you can walk in, knowing and being knowledgeable, Brother Elevation.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be somewhat concerned about any recommendation come from the Food and Drug Administration. Because being
okay, did y'all catch that?
Yes.
The Food and Drug
Got it.
Administration.
Got
Yes.
it.
right, because America is built on capitalism, so everything's for sale. So if the cure costs $1 and the treatment costs $14, these pharmaceutical companies will buy the cure, shelve it, meaning they'll make sure it never sees a day of light, and they'll go ahead and keep treating it.
Right.
That's why they always talk about new treatments
Yeah.
and stuff. So the food actually causes people to get on drugs, and that's the short and skinny of it.
Nice. The
And we
food
be
is
in-
causing us to get on drugs.
Investing in preventive measures. And this is what this is: eating better, drinking more water. Getting your
Drinking water without toxins.
Well, that too.
Yeah.
Right. And your information level up. All of these things will help prevent things before we get there. I mean, we were talking to a sister a couple weeks ago about different Western medicine and alternative medicine, traditional medicine. So, they need to communicate
Right.
because Western medicine is all about solving an issue.
Right.
Then the other side is about preventing the issue. So that they do need to talk. They need to communicate more, particularly for the betterment of the public, for sure.
As a whole.
So somebody told me about water intake, and you were telling me, Elevation, about the 1 ounce per half of your weight. Is that about right? What about drinking a gallon of water? Somebody told me you can drink a gallon of water a day for 30 days and it'll cleanse you out and make your skin look better. You heard anything like that before?
It will cleanse you out to a certain degree. It won't take out parasites.
Okay.
You have all kind of parasites that's in you. They thrive off the sugars and the starches that we put into our body. You see? But drinking a gallon of water a day, I mean, a gallon is about 120 ounces.
Something like that.
Right.
I don't know what exactly that's about it.
I believe so. So that's not a universal standard because if you weigh less, you can end up accidentally getting water drunk. If you drink too much water, you wash the electrolytes out of your blood.
Right.
Okay.
See? So you can throw your equilibrium off.
Okay.
You can get sick off that way.
So don't drink too much, but I'm not drinking enough.
So most of us don't.
Yeah, I'm not
Just
drinking
be real
enough.
about it.
And then the right type of water. So this is where the filtration system comes in, correct?
Right.
So how does this work? You put the tap water in and then
Actually, this machine here hooks up to either your kitchen sink or your bathroom sink.
Okay.
And yeah, that's cool. Hooks up to your bathroom sink or your kitchen sink, and we have like a diverter. Let me show you.
Okay, yeah, it's a nice size too. I mean, it's not overly big or
It's
anything
not
like
big.
that.
Just like just like a coffee.
Yeah, it's like a coffee pot.
There you go.
Exactly. Yeah.
So
This is another appliance you can have on
you screw this
the
on,
counter.
Uh-huh.
and the water comes out here. So this here is for the acid water,
Okay.
tap water, and this is from the diverter. It's going in here, filtered through this machine here,
Okay.
comes out here. So this is, and we make this. It's called Kangen water.
Kangen.
Kangen. Oh, I think I turned the mic off.
That's all right.
Is the mic off, D?
No, it's probably maybe a short in the back. Tap it back there.
Ah, there it is.
Okay.
It may come back on there.
And Kangen means back to the origin.
Oh,
Back
nice.
to origin. So that's the Japanese.
Kangen.
Japanese term. Like I said,
Okay.
this machine is in 1 out of every 6 homes in Japan.
Oh, wow.
I guess it's, this is how Japan stays healthy because they, not saying we don't care about our health, but I've never heard Japan, and somebody correct me if I'm wrong, about them having health issues.
Right,
I never.
Right, they have one of the oldest populations as well. Yeah.
Right.
Actually, they're the oldest.
Yeah, the eating habits are different. What's right there?
Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Exactly.
Right. So, you know what? I just saw another song selection here. So, you've done this 2 weeks in a row. They don't care about us, so I guess the topics.
I mean, it fit, and
Right.
it's one of my favorite songs. So I just kind of.
So we get misinformation from the FDA, the Food and Drug Administration.
Yes.
We get misinformation from how much water we need to take.
Our
and what-
media sources,
Right, what
which
type of
leads us
water.
back to us needing our own media sources, like the Four Times and like All Real Radio, bringing you the truth and elevating you to the next level with information, the unfiltered truth.
You know what? I think that they are just oppressors. Period. Because if
Yes.
you're like brother Elevation was talking about, listen, we're a capitalistic society. So during the Panther movement, during the MLK movement, and
Right.
Malcolm X, there was all type of people marching with us.
Right.
So if you're not the top 1% of the 1%,
Huh.
you are in the us,
Yeah.
and they are the they.
They are the they.
It's
It always will be the
the
they.
oppressed and the misguided are multiracial, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yeah.
I mean, for sure. So, but being together, yeah, most definitely. So let's go with that thing. They don't
Did you have
care.
another thought, brother? I saw you moving to the
Yeah,
mic.
I was
Yeah.
we're going to break right now.
That's all right.
Yeah,
Come on.
but
We got a little time.
okay.
Yeah, just want to talk about the machine again. Average family spends about $5,000 a year on bottled water.
Mhm.
So, which is one of the prices of our machines. And so when I tell a customer or somebody that's looking to partner up with me, I said, yeah, this is like the median, and this is how I guess they came up with the price range. I didn't know we spend $5,000, but if you think about it, I'm sure I probably spend maybe $5,000 a year on water because I'm athletic, I'm always out and about,
Yeah.
so you just never know how much you spend. But I'm sure people spend more than that.
Yep.
You just tell them to trim off their liquor budget.
And
then we can
you know,
work at the liquor budget.
we're trying to save people money,
Right.
And I mean, if you got to go ahead and spend it, but I mean that's a large number
It is.
to where we're spending on water. So
Well, we can definitely come back. We want to hear more during the Unapologetically Me,
Okay.
where you guys talk about your businesses. We've already gotten to that a little bit, but we'll come back and talk about
Cool.
that. We're going to go to song right now.
all right,
Michael
all right.
Jackson, they don't care about us. I'm sorry, brother, it fell on the floor.
Now, I just wanted to make now one for us, which is way to buy.
I got
Absolutely.
you. I get that.
But this
I
is-
start talking, man. I'll just be going off.
That's all right.
You know, the real estate, this is less than a toaster for
It's a different market.
wide it is. A toaster takes a
I'm all like,
See, that's what I'm talking about, just a
That
two-piece
can't be
toaster.
size, though.
That's
Yeah.
That's a remix, but it's good.
It's not too bad.
Well, we used to get this song that everybody was getting into the club. So,
Water system was.
when they DJs would go hard on that. It's about 15 minutes. That's song.
Everybody should have one.
Well, you don't. So you need to Google the. You need to Google the. They don't care about us dance.
Building mine.
dance with that song.
Oh yes, yes.
I just reached out to my old.
Did you know it?
And
I used to. I think I still know
really
this.
social media.
They used to host it.
Flock of people.
I'm trying to remember. I used to do it all the time.
I stayed. They say, well, what's
And there was a turn like this.
See, I'm already lost.
And then it was like,
I said, well, how
but it was they don't care about us dance. Oh yeah.
Wow. Wow.
Oh, you should they used to play it for like 15 minutes. Everybody be jamming.
That's why. That's
They
why.
be jamming.
I'm not all
15 minutes on the dance floor. I need water, a fan.
I get that in my sleep, but
Wow.
you know, I just want people that say, "Are you really making
See, if you knew the dances,
Yeah, this is how
You got to
it's
win.
business, but are you really
so I was dancing with Shade.
And
I know all the steps. I
So
was.
what's going on in Flint? That really is kind of
Because in their mind, everybody well, he go like that. So that's when everybody, yeah, maybe I can take you to the first. So
Oh, Brenda, you telling them something.
hey, I'm
Telling
just
them your
hey, I'm just keeping it real.
some of them are not changed on the way to next year.
Right.
You know, and so I laugh at it, you know, I said I've been a healthy one because I'll sell protein shakes, energy drinks, whatever. But
The elementary conversation is,
when you think about it, you're mixing those protein shakes, you're drinking that tea,
what does that mean?
whatever, what are you using?
Some people want to know, I gotta get my own,
Or you can use
I gotta do
soy
my own
milk,
thing.
right.
And in turn, that's so free.
You use it one. And to me, this was a no-brainer as far as like a transition to food, you know, because I'm not leaving the health and wellness industry, but just really bringing what we all need.
Okay.
And that's part, man. You know,
I'm about to do that myself.
This
This is a shock. It's gonna come right back to me too.
not just we have
Like I said, I
machine that can help people out, but it's shocking that
my sweetheart,
you know, people just don't really
swing out,
they
right?
don't care. Like, I'm fine.
You think to swing out,
I gotta,
yeah,
oh yeah, because I mean, when you
no,
go
go
to,
slow.
because I put up a map of the
But I hope we know
alkaline.
better.
It came from you guys, that when it comes to me.
I know.
Human speed at 7.3. I know you said below 8, but I think human body is around 7.5 or so. But it had real water at 8. Ross was, what was Ross at? Ross 7.6, 7.8, eternal. Which I never heard.
I don't know, boy, man. Still, man. I was like, in the long
Ran
term,
through my mind earlier, and I
all these
didn't
markets still
answer.
testing high for oxidation. You know, still testing positive for lead.
Okay,
So that's what they don't want to tell
let's see, that's a trip. I think ammonia is better back. I think ammonia is alkaline. I mean, the actual household clean, that's alkaline. But we want to know how do you make that? I get what you're saying. So it's still be alkaline, but it's still be bad for you. Depending on what else you add. Right.
And then, you know, I had a
Connecting how you feel.
person picking on Facebook, so, you know, they go out and they get alkaline water,
She left, she embraced it.
Whole Foods, HEB, or they'll go buy a bottle. And then my question to them
That's a carrot thing.
is, well, how long has that bottle of water been sitting on the shelf for?
Right.
Because
I think we don't stay alkaline.
it's a 24-hour shelf.
Okay.
And that's 24 hours. It's basically
Mom ass up.
alcohol water that
You
really
feel better about yourself. You get a hug from my
It's
mom.
going down to like
You're like, you know what, my day
where
was
you know it's
better.
like 2 cycles. You can't drink that, but you can't use it water.
She hugged me last night. She was like,
I know
she was like, I'm
sales
still
alkaline
being
was
mom.
already
We know
followed up.
that. You know, I'm like, yeah, I get it. So
Why they can make themselves, they want to have a relationship, right?
Yeah, you ain't want to come out and just
People ain't get kind of.
They do.
They stuff that. You just sometimes, but I'm but people are old. You try to sabotage or hate whatever. That's not the way.
It's not hate. It's not hate at all. It's just
In the long run, you might
being
appreciate.
informed.
Now, the sign, I'm surprised you didn't take the sign.
That's
So
what
the big down, that tastes like some metal.
I couldn't think of the sign. That was one of my favorites.
He
That
was
was one of my favorites. Yeah.
Back in the 90s and stuff.
That's one of my favorite waters. That and Aquafina and Nestle. I mean, pretty much that entire list I done have.
I drink Nestle. I drink Nestle too.
Yeah. Yeah. Because like in our house,
My body, I'm like going into that.
that water was neutral, so it was about 7 point
So you
whatever,
good, you good, that's
7.5.
great.
Yeah,
In the end,
Here we go.
you're still sitting left.
Lift off.
Oh yeah.
Now, okay.
Last time I
That's
did it
just
was
from
March of last
oxidation.
year.
That's what you brought up before, the oxidation generation. They got a whole nother scale.
All those positive numbers. Boy, it's like, oh, no, you gotta get ready. I'm gonna say that back to you. It's just like, oh, anything is negative, but
So you go wrong.
it's good. It's like a golf score. So I gotta think
But I'm
of it.
doing
Yeah,
like a
I'm
couple
saying
extra days for my sister.
just like
Which I
golf.
don't know why I'm trying to do extra days. You want to get out of the raw as soon as possible or whatever. I'm gonna let her tell it.
Right.
And then the 4th day will be orange
People respond to your
all
Facebook
day.
Live?
And
Yeah, I'm gonna text
I
you
know,
like text.
I don't love it because it's acidic. So, but the master blend itself is gravy maple syrup. So you can mix that into the orange juice. It kind of takes away the acid of it. But you do that
Next time you go Facebook Live,
and
fast visit right
you go into the lemonade. So then you end up being on the cleanse for 16 days. Because it's 3 days going in, 10 days on lemonade only, and then 3 days eating out. Because you can't just go right back. First day out is orange juice all day.
You want to find good Jamaican
Then you go
restaurant
back to the raw cocaine.
Foreign restaurant, Nigerian restaurant.
And then you don't want to eat it.
Yeah, all
Are you
one
praying and
shot.
meditating through this?
I haven't.
Different as mixing.
I mean, you kind of have to stay prayerful
They got
and
so many
meditate
different kinds of corn.
Yeah.
It's
and
great.
then you become
If you're here,
anti-
man, you go to corn by yourself.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, you have to for the first couple days. Because
You'll be surprised if you really step back and think about how much socialized through food.
yeah.
So when you're not socializing through food anymore, you are very
So I'm saying, very
like
good.
no getting under coffee,
Make sure you
no
separate them
lunches,
counts and
no
stuff.
dinners,
I'm just saying.
no drinks at night. It's like so you kind of just don't even.
They have another way of having fun. See, if we don't have fun time to eat money and stuff like that, they gonna have fun dance.
Yeah, that's right. So spiritual thing.
That's what guys do.
We become one with yourself. You gotta get mentally strong.
I never kind of like, okay, you know what I'm saying? What you can do, you feel called highlight. Yeah. They go straight, you help me, and so on so fast. We didn't have that. That's how it is. That's why I agree.
I'm a case
I was looking at it the whole time you were talking. I was shaking my head. I was like, you don't know. I was shaking my head. You don't know.
No, but she didn't know though, right? She got a reading plan.
Just type in.
Well, I need to explain.
This is
So she can
type in these images.
Oh, you took it off. She ain't got something on
Look at
there.
the results.
All right. Let me put you back over here. And then
Once
you
you
bring
see the joke, you go know exactly what I'm going to say.
because I've been there. I've been down there. That's one thing. That's one thing I had. I've been down there. That's medical.
No. Go to image. Image search.
Oh, yeah, I've been there. Yeah, twice.
And what we're searching for is man. That's the searching. That's the
I know what my
searching.
other looks like. Or no, I know what that looks like. I know what that looks like.
Okay, brother. The next section is elevation conversation.
Right.
We're just gonna be kind of kicking it amongst us, and the topic is gonna be, am I my brother's keeper?
Okay.
And what that really looks like. You know what I'm saying? Some people say,
Oh, yeah. I know you got stuff on that.
I got good things to say.
Yeah, right.
And we're going through it right now. I'm telling him about Google, and when you type in man, what comes up? White man, you see? So that's really the standard. And the whole point, that's why I developed Taste of Black Houston, is ways to circumvent racist algorithms that Google employs, that Facebook employs. That's one of the reasons why you can't find a lot of this. It's not random.
that's one thing we
If you type in
not
black
random.
woman, you will think to see women with rollers in their hand, women with their nose, and stuff like that.
Wow. I feel like that scene in Malcolm X. He said, let's go to the dictionary. He said, let's look up black. He said, let's look up white. It's pure as the driven snow. He said, who wrote this? White man?
It's just, whatever. You scroll down a little bit, you're going to see some facts that pop up. Okay. What's her name? Rachel Dolezal? Rachel Dolezal?
Oh, yeah.
Is she black now?
I don't know.
Hey, you know what? At least you wore her hair natural. Ain't no, hey.
How hard is that?
I'm like, hey, she wore black into some of the blacks.
Right.
And I'm like, hey, teach them sisters how to wear their hair natural.
Right.
And, be proud of it. But it's just an appropriation. I get that. I'm still not like that.
100%.
It's 100%.
Right.
100%.
She got a scholarship behind that. So the Taste of Black Houston pretty much like an actual bus tour. Okay.
Welcome back, good folk. We are in here. Our next segment is Elevation Conversations, where we just kind of vibe off of a topic and just throw it around, toss it up. You know, it's coming soon. We'll be able to take phone calls. So our listeners will be able to participate in the elevation conversation. I can't wait for that. It's coming, not here yet. So the topic for today is, am I my brother's keeper? And what does that mean? What does that really mean? You hear that. I mean, there's songs about it. And I've heard different, your opposite spectrums, if I get mine, if I do my own thing and do it right, that's keeping it, I'm holding it down for the community. That's making it better for the next person if I just handle my own self, And then the opposite spectrum is each one teach one. Once we get to a certain point, we reach out and we support, we help, we guide, we lead, those next to, under us, around us. So I wanted to get the opinions and thoughts, kind of just throw it out there on the table and see who grab and go with it first.
Yeah, the first thing I thought was New Jack City.
See? See? This is what I'm dealing with.
No, but we were warming up on the conversation. So, Brother Elevation, why don't you kick it off?
Yeah.
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is the difference between walking with somebody and traveling with somebody. What I mean by that is sometimes when you talk about a business idea, you talk about one of your concerns, is when it's out of sight, it's out of mind. However, when you're traveling with somebody, they will keep you in mind. Your thoughts, your concerns will occupy a portion of their memory. For example, I know a business owner who has a coffee shop, and she's looking to open up another one. However, we had a conversation at length about what type of coffee shop she needs or what type of location she would need. And my advice to her is make sure that the door front is within 50 to 100 feet from the street, because you want people to see you while you're driving, because people are not going to turn a whole 90 degrees and look at you way 300 yards away or so. So the way I do it, is I always advise people, or I let people know about different opportunities. Like, for example, every Thursday from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m. at 611 Walker downtown, there's a minority pre-certification class for people who want to do business with the city of Houston.
Okay, I'm sorry. Say that one more time.
Every Thursday, with the exception of a holiday, there's a minority pre-certification course at 611 Walker downtown.
Wow.
And that's for people who are interested in doing business with the city of Houston.
Beautiful. Thank you.
Correct.
Thank you for offering that.
Right. So it always, different opportunities come to my mind. I might not be a perfect fit for it, but somebody else might be.
Right.
For example, someone who might want to do business with Aramark. Aramark has a program, I believe they pay nonprofits 9 to 11% of the proceeds from sales of concession sales, concession stand sales. So it's a lot of opportunities that go around town that if you don't put it out there, then people won't know what kind of help that you need.
So that's a shining example of being a keeper of your brother, sharing those jewels. Because a lot of people, they know, but they don't share.
That's going to be my point. Is that program has been around, and it's a great program. I know several people that work with that program.
Really?
Yeah, it's been. You got to go.
Yeah.
You have to go. I don't. The resources are out there.
Right.
Movement and action. We were talking about.
That's right. You have the internet. Get off the internet. Looking up what's the latest Kim Kardashian or the latest ratchetness.
Right.
It's out there.
Yeah.
You just got to go.
Okay.
The cities, the city, and also the corporations.
So you have to. I get your point, beloved, about having to go, but you have to know to go. I hear what you said about the internet, but at the same time, how do you know that that's even available to do the search?
It's your circle. It's your circle. Who you know is what you know.
Who you know?
Who you know is what you know.
Yeah.
Correct.
Yeah. And I've been told that my entire adult life.
Yes, ma'am.
By my brother. It's not what you know, girl.
Mm-hmm.
It's who you know.
Correct.
So yeah, that's real talk.
Most definitely, and then you are right, informing everyone for sure, because Brother Elevation, that was good right there for sure. I was helping one young lady. She called me I think it was yesterday. I remember one of your first Thursdays. I was giving a speech, right?
Okay.
So this young lady called me. She's like, you know what, Brother Cherry, I want to work with you as far as get my personal finances together. And I was like, okay. She also had some questions about a business plan.
So she came from First Thursday?
Yeah, she did.
What?
But it was cool.
Nice.
With that said, I already knew she reached out, which took courage and whatnot. But I already knew she had more questions about the business plan.
Okay.
So it wasn't gonna make me any money to talk to her. But that's what my obligation is to pass on what I know, because somebody passed on what they knew to me.
To you.
So similar to what you just said, you know, you passed on information about the workshop.
I got mentors from all over.
Yeah.
This past Saturday, I was in Arlington, Texas, attending a conference about building a national Black credit union. One of my mentors out of Chicago, Illinois, a brother named Pleasant Steffens. It's his mastermind or his brainchild, if you will. So that was a good chance for us to network. And so you had people coming from Detroit, also Chicago, Mississippi, and also California. So I'm always looking for opportunities to network and share what I know, and also to gain something from it. Absolutely. I never want to be the smartest person in the room.
Most definitely. And that's, for me, it's selfish to, selfish can be two things.
Two things, yeah.
Yeah, so it's selfish you can be a hoarder of information. And also, you want to do giving for the selfish act of feeling good.
The feeling good.
Feeling good.
Right.
I mean, that feels good.
Yeah.
By helping somebody out.
Yeah.
And
Always.
I think that may be a common, well, I wouldn't say a common practice, but it is not just unique to us. But since we're talking about our melanated folk, it's just trapping information.
Yeah.
Once we gain it, trapping information and not wanting to see somebody else shine. There's plenty of room.
It's enough room for all of us. The universe is infinite, and there's enough for all of us to gain and move.
Now, June 4th, from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m., we're going to have a mineral rights reclamation seminar. That's going to be free at the Shape Community Center.
Okay.
So the brother that's going to be giving it.
The importance of mineral rights, really quick, brother.
Yeah, the importance of mineral rights. Because a lot of us, we used to own land back in the days, especially after slavery, and the land was stole, sold, or abandoned. So mineral rights deals with port, silica, oil, but it translates into money. So his brother, he's going to be teaching about that. You can go to Eventbrite. So it's blacklandmatters.eventbrite.com.
Black Land Matters.
Right, because if I'm understanding you correctly, you can own some land.
Yep.
But you can get sold the land rights. But there's three different pillars. You got the air, you got the actual service land, you got what's under.
What's underneath.
So you can get hustled if you don't.
Correct.
No, it's common ground now. You don't get that anymore. It doesn't come.
In the city.
In the city.
Now, if you're back in Nacogdoches or Lufkin, it might be different. They have eminent domain there because technically Houston is a corporation.
Right.
That's why they go to Secretary of State to get a charter before they actually form. But that's June 4th from 1 p.m. to 4 p.m. and it's free. The website is blacklandmatters.eventbrite.com.
Awesome.
Lee Perry will be teaching that seminar.
Lee Perry.
Yes, sir.
And about the land too, and about business. I think I kind of spoke on this a couple of weeks ago when we went to go see Dr. Watkins.
Yeah,
Boyce Watkins. That's right. And it would be incumbent on us to learn that we have done stuff already. That it would build more aspiration. We won't be coming from behind.
Right.
Talking about our self-worth. Right. We wouldn't have to identify or learn that as much if we learned what we did already. Particularly with even more oppression. Back in the day, we were building schools, towns, this, that, and the other. Cities.
Flourishing cities.
And we still thrive.
We still thrive. So now, what's the excuse now? Are we too comfortable or speak on that? What's that all about?
That's a conscious and concerted effort, though. Come on now. I mean, Resurrecting Black Wall Street, the movie that we got from Dr. Boyce Watkins being here. And by the way, first Thursday for the month of June, we will be screening Resurrecting Black Wall Street, the Blueprint. I'll be posting that very soon. I think the ad will be running in the 4 times. But yes, we will be screening that at First Thursday Business Social, June edition. First Thursday at the Groovy Grill, we'll be screening Resurrecting Black Wall Street, the Blueprint. So I had to get that, I had to plug that real quick. That's important. But I did tell you it was my train of thought.
Well,
you said a concerted effort as far as what our excuse is now.
Yeah, it's a conscious and concerted effort by whatever powers that be to keep that squashed, knowing who we are, knowing what we have the potential and can do. Again, we'll go back to Black Wall Street. Look what they would do. These brothers had planes during that time. Come on, y'all. Planes and banks and hospitals and, whole transit systems that they sold to, if I'm not mistaken, Oklahoma. The state or what have you. So it can be done, but at that time it was being done because we had to. There was no other, we couldn't go anywhere else and do those things. We had to stay in our community to do it, you know. So, you know, and once they saw that elevation, once they saw that rise, I'm like, hey, we can't have this. We can't have these brothers with planes. We can't have this. So, you know, it was the first time that this country bombed its own people during that situation. I'm sorry, brother, you wanted to say something.
Absolutely. This goes actually back to the water. You see, so there's a definitely concerted effort. So a lot of water has psychotropics in it. It has all kind of fluoride. Fluoride is a chemical that was used originally by Nazi Germany, to my research, and that was to make people more docile. See, so that's fluoride. So that's water. Also, we're not getting lynched in the historical sense anymore. Now you can go to McDonald's. You see, so now we're being chemically lynched. You see, and bombarded that way. Also, the media. See? Also education. I mean, y'all heard about the history book that said we can't go here as migrant workers. So yeah, so it's a concerted. Yeah, we looking for work.
I hadn't read about that.
Absolutely, I believe it's in Pearland.
But Texas is atrocious as far as taking out redacted history and a whole bunch of. They come out with new books every couple of years, and it gets worse and worse.
Yeah.
It's only MLK. MLK got maybe half a page, and that's MLK.
Right.
So also another is that we're not doing enough to counteract that. So it's not just about what they're doing; it's about what we are doing.
Which gets back to my brother's keeper. And if we enlighten is a strong word because that kind of gives a word better than. If you have the information. It's all about your approach and how you talk to people too.
It is.
You know,
it is.
I call it kick knowledge syndrome. You know, we can't get in front of people and just say, "Hey, you should know this," and blah 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 blah. You know, go with
Absolutely.
They should just release the information out of love. Release the information out of love and empowerment. Right. And that's what it's all about. Because if people are empowered about themselves and love themselves, they're not going to McDonald's all the time because they don't want to kill themselves.
Correct.
You know, so if we are our brother's keeper and our sister's keeper. Then it's incumbent on for those that have a little, lack of a better term, knowledge. It's a passive law.
Just simple.
Yeah, and we're doing our people a disservice if we don't.
Correct.
You know, so I think that's just really important. So many people have passed on stuff to me.
Yeah.
I mean, so
and you never know where. That's the beauty is that you never know where it's coming from.
Right.
You know, it comes from out of the mouths of babes. You know, children say, as they say, the darndest thing. I was going to say something else, but children say the darndest thing.
Right.
But if your mind is open to receive, you never know where that blessing, that moment of elevation is going to come from.
And if you have, I was going to go back to New Jack City again. I mean, at the end of the day, if you have something in you, when that scene where Chris Rock said, "Hey, Poop, you owe." You owe. Like Steve was telling, he said, "You owe, but we owe."
Yeah.
Right.
You know, we owe. I got my start through HBCU. Like I owe. I owe going back.
Did you hear this, brother?
Yeah, absolutely. We are all turtles on a fence post.
Huh?
Right. You see, meaning that turtles don't climb up fence posts. Somebody actually had to put them
Put
there.
us there.
Right.
Yeah,
So
we're on the
do it.
shoulders of our
And
ancestors.
you know what? The bootstrap theory, since we are,
Yeah.
it's overused.
Okay.
But the bootstrap theory is overused, and particularly when you're talking about not the greatest generation, but what was the greatest generation that got born in the '60s?
Baby boomers?
Baby boomers. There you go. You know what? They got pretty good free education, pretty much.
Absolutely.
I mean, so they're the
And those are the ones.
Those are talking about the bootstraps.
Bootstraps,
I did this and I did that. You know, and they got government hookups all day.
All day, every day.
You know.
But then again, you start talking about that.
Right.
All of us, I shouldn't say them, got perks and kickbacks and, you know, land at a discounted rate. And so, yeah.
So it goes back to, you know, bootstrap is one thing, but it's quite overused. Everybody has, I like your analogy about the turtle being put up there.
Yeah.
I mean, you had some help, some sort of way.
Correct.
Somebody cared about you.
That's right.
Somebody loved you.
Yeah.
Somebody took some of their time out to.
Yeah. Somebody died for you.
Yes.
Real talk.
Real talk.
Yeah.
Real
Yeah.
talk. And
Brother West, you've been
I'm
sitting in the car just vibing
I'm
and just vibing.
I'm just vibing. You know, maybe just add in my little
Okay.
2 cents about my brother's keeper. Me, I just want everybody to win. I don't care what you're doing.
Yeah.
You know, whether you win sales or network marketing or just anything, just want you to win.
Yeah.
You know, go hard at what you believe and what you want to do.
Right.
You know, I look at myself as a referral. Like, hey, somebody hit me up west. Do you know where I can go you know, whatever. It can be a barbershop or a massage parlor, whatever.
Yeah.
You know, I've been around the way. I think I know where some places are, and so I say all that. You know, everybody's dream is not the same. It's not the same, but you know, you believe in it. Just do it. Just do it. Like I said, there's enough room out for everybody to eat.
Yeah.
You know, I don't have time to be greedy. You don't have the time to be greedy. No, just go. Let's just go do it.
Yeah, and do you? I mean,
Just-
you know, in
just
that
do
process,
you.
do you?
Yeah.
And again, the universe will provide. The universe does provide. So, you know, and I see a lot of that. You know, people, we talked about this before, that whole hater thing. Oh my goodness. And when you're focusing on your grind, what's a hater? You don't even have time to consider what that is.
That's a backward need for affirmation.
Huh.
It just really is.
Beautiful. Say it again.
It's a
Say it
backward need for affirmation. Oh
Right.
yeah, my haters are inspiring me. What are they inspiring you for?
Right? Your vision should be inspiring you.
You should be your. I don't care nothing about haters. I don't even the word. I might just.
Yeah,
I need to
it's
swallow
real
it
close
down.
Can I add on that, as far as being a backwards need for affirmation, you see, if you look back at how we were before integration, you see, we had a lot of pressure against us. That's one reason why if Donald Trump was to get in office, that's why if Donald Trump was to get in office, I believe that it would be a galvanizing, polarizing, it's also galvanizing, unifying force, you see, for the non 1%.
Right, there you go.
That's where I'm at.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah. We all there.
Absolutely. You
Right.
see, so I think a lot of people become more unified based upon that.
Yeah.
See, in my opinion.
Right, and before we go, I got to piggyback off that just for a second. In the MLK speech, drum major instinct. Oh man, he was talking about the need to be affirmed. You know, wanting to be in the lead all the time. But he said, yes, that's cool to be in the lead, but what are you in the lead for? What are you in the lead for? Oh man, it was just great. If you've got some time, please read that
Check
speech.
it out.
Oh man.
Check it out.
So I guess we're up against it. So we definitely need a song here. We got India Reed. We're talking about Brothers Keeper.
Brothers Keeper. Look at that.
All right.
Watch how I do. Watch how I do.
Okay.
I'm gonna mess y'all up with the two songs after that. Sting, Little Wings. You know where Little Wings come from, brother?
What you talking about?
Guitar player. What's my brother's name? Oh man.
Eric Clapton?
No.
So since you went with the unmelanated person, so I had to keep on that track. Let me see.
Come on, the
Jimi Hendrix.
Jimi Hendrix.
Okay.
Jimi Hendrix, he's one of my favorites.
Okay.
I just had a brain fart. But yeah, so this is a Sting remade Little Wings, and it really is off the hook.
All right, well, let's hear it.
Wow. I love me some Jimmy.
Yeah, I'm a Jimi Hendrix for that. How y'all feeling that?
That was awesome. Take
It really
it.
was.
That was wonderful.
Yeah.
This is so cool. That's all I can really say. This is cool.
But just to continue with a lot of people, they are kind of nervous about Donald Trump being elected, whatever. They say, well, how bad it's going to get. It can't get any worse. So what can they do?
And you know what? I kind of went on an opposite tangent with that same speech because MLK was in jail and he was talking to the brothers, obviously, and he was talking to the white security guards and the white people were wanting to ask a couple of questions about what's going on.
Right.
I believe in that too. If you have people that are asking, man, welcome to the end and let's have a conversation for sure. So he said, MLK said, so Mr. Security Guard, he said, how much money you make? And security guard said, you know, I'm making X, Y, Z, you know, poverty level and whatnot. He goes, well, you know what, brother? You need to be marching with us.
You need to go outside.
I mean, that's real talk.
Yeah.
I mean, because like I said, if you're not part of that 1%,
Yep. You still getting gay.
and you think you're special.
They think they're special. Right.
Yeah.
But one of the difference that separates us from seeing, they still got a privilege.
Yeah, oh yeah.
When that privilege so
I'm just saying. That little last part, who she sounded like, who does her vibe, who she sound like to you guys?
I'm not sure.
She's a Prince protege.
Oh, okay.
Right,
I'm sorry.
right. She cold with it though.
Yes, she is.
I think she is one of the ones that we all slept on
Oh.
because she is a genius when it comes to music.
Mhm.
Her lyrics are ridiculously insane, but you know you listen to her, especially her old stuff.
Mm-hmm.
It reeked of Prince. It
Oh,
did.
most definitely.
Yeah.
And
So,
she was hot when a lot of people didn't understand Lenny like that either. Lenny
it's like,
Kravitz.
oh yeah, very good, very good.
Oh, yeah, oh,
Okay,
big
Lenny
Lenny.
next week. Lenny next
My,
week.
because I got the music.
Oh, that's right.
So, but I'm putting Lenny on there. I've been a Lenny fan for
Man.
so long.
Yeah.
Lenny goes hard.
Yeah, he does.
He goes in on him.
Yeah.
Oh man,
So
I knew. So what topic are we on now?
we are
Oh.
going into unapologetically me. So unapologetically me, for those who are new to RenRising, is where we highlight business owners, and I think I'm honestly going to be opening that up to just people who are out there doing their thing unapologetically. So we typically take business owners who are walking in their light, you know, being in purpose, owning it unapologetically.
And also too, I remember somebody saying, you can be a business owner. Anybody can walk down there and get a DBA.
Oh, they
An
heard it.
entrepreneur is doing some action.
Action.
In
Well,
order
that
to
again.
go down
Action.
on action. So just a quick story. I just came back from Kansas City, and I'm glad my aunt is not listening. But we already had this conversation, so I ain't clowning behind her back.
Somebody called.
But it's about work. So she's reading all these books, these self-help books and whatnot. And she's like, oh, I'm reading this, I'm reading that. I'm like, first of all, there's too many books. But too many. Because if there's no action, and that's the point I'm about to make. So she had a two book system, and one was the actual book. All right, where you read, you got your underline, you got your highlighting on, and everything like that. Then there was an accompanying workbook.
Oh, a journal or just a workbook?
No, a workbook with things you needed to cross off and do something about yourself.
All right.
So the book itself was highlighted, double highlighted, the dog eared. Oh man, everything. You know what the workbook? It didn't have no bends in the crease.
Oh no!
You know why it didn't have any bends in the crease?
Why?
Because it's called a work book. You had to do some work.
Let me piggyback on that.
Talk about it.
We had every Sunday we have a live team call, and one of my mentors was just saying the same thing you were doing about, you know, it's okay to learn some new stuff, but
apply it.
At some point
you got to put all that learning material to work, to action,
execute.
to action.
Yeah.
Like, how long you gonna keep learning?
Right.
You know, and that was like one of my biggest, I guess, hurdles when I first got into the whole entrepreneur thing. Like, all right, I gotta read this book. I gotta read Napoleon Hill like 10, 20 times.
Yeah,
right?
we have.
Oh, this new Jim Rohn CD's out. I gotta go listen to that. I mean, at the end of the day, they're all saying the same thing.
And then people classify that as work. That's no work.
That's not work.
I remember a mentor told me in sales one time, he said, okay, son, come on in here and show me what you've done today. I said, oh, wow, you know, I prepared this, formatted this email. Oh, man, I got this list, and I did something else. I made this poster that I'm going to use for this. He's like, you ain't did no work.
You just prepping.
Who have you called?
Right.
Who have you spoken to?
Right.
What appointments do you got? You ain't done no work. You know, so people want to read the book. It's like, oh, what'd you do? I read Napoleon Hill. Oh, okay. I worked today. That ain't no work.
That's just preparation.
That's free
somebody
time.
that pull their credit card out.
Right. So and this section is a small business section and entrepreneurs. We got two brothers that are doing their thing.
Right.
So Brother Elevation, I see you picked up the mic. So
He ready.
He ready. So
He always
let us
ready.
know what you're doing out there.
Number one, I want to talk about work. And a lot of times nowadays, we're so satisfied with just placated with just words that tickle our ears. So now we're at the stage where people want to see some action. They want to take their thoughts and see it converted to something that's real and tangible. So my website is called visitblackhouston.com.
Okay.
I created Visit Black Houston as a vehicle for small business owners to communicate with a variety of audiences, especially people who come to Houston looking for all the fun stuff to do. That's why we cater towards African businesses, African American, not just cater to part, but we highlight and showcase African businesses, African American, Caribbean, and also Afro-Latino. Because Houston gets about 37 million people who travel to the city every year. 7 million come from Mexico, another 30 million travel domestically.
Okay.
So with that being said, the average person has about $800 to spend. You see, so we need to tap more into that market. When you come through Bush Intercontinental, when you come through Hobby Airport, you see, or you go to a 4-star, 5-star hotel, there should not be the marginalization that's taking place. But we don't even seem like we exist. You see, I want to find out where's a jazz club, where's a Nigerian restaurant, where's a good Jamaican restaurant, even maybe a black-owned cigar bar, if you will, which there's one in Katy and there's one in Humble as well. So we want to know where these places at, and what time of the day, what day of the week of this stuff going on. That's why we got about 500 black-owned businesses online. Also, we have about 200 different events going on on a regular basis. It includes happy hour, includes
on your website.
On my website,
Okay.
visit blackhouston.com.
Okay.
There's no funky way to spell it; it's all phonetic.
Okay.
I just want to say
Put that in there. You're right. Yeah.
Right.
correct. So beyond just having a website, also I created an avenue or a vehicle. I created an event called the Taste of Black Houston.
Right.
I've been doing this since February. I've been doing it every month since. Now, what we do, we get on a charter bus and we actually we take people to the different restaurants.
Yeah.
So far, we've been a Nigerian restaurant. That's Northern Nigerian.
So nobody has to follow. Nobody has to catch up. Everybody is on one bus together.
Correct.
Okay.
And the point of the matter is not just because we want to go eat. See, when you look at gross domestic product, you always hear about how we spend about $1.2, $1.3 trillion annually. That's fine. However, what do we spend here locally? There's a brother named Ken Smickle out of Chicago, Illinois. See, his website is targetmarketnews.com. He created the only African-American statistical abstract in the world, as far as I know. That's targetmarketnews.com. So locally, we spend $13 billion a year. 5.4 of that billion goes towards real estate. 1.8 goes towards food. $600 million goes towards clothing. So one of the reasons why I went towards food first, that's our second largest consumer expenditure.
Yep.
And so it only makes sense mathematically.
Right.
You know, so we introduce people not just to restaurants, also to retail locations, Black Beauty Supply Store.
Yeah.
There's a black-owned dollar store called BJ's out there in Pearland.
Nice.
Absolutely. You know, this kind of stuff. Yeah, BJ's is good. Right off Cullen at 518.
Okay.
There's a Trinidadian restaurant right next to it. Also, there's a place called Snow Dogs in the same shopping strip. There's a sister from Milwaukee. She put that together.
Okay. Snow Dog.
Snow Dog. SNODOGS.
What is it?
Oh, it's a snow cone place. They sell ice.
Oh yeah, I went
Yeah,
there.
the ices.
Yeah.
It's hot.
It's sometimes
10 degrees outside.
Right.
Absolutely.
We're launching ours in 2 weeks.
Okay.
Our food truck. Yeah.
Oh.
I know. Thank you, brother.
That's wonderful. You know, so I partner up with BlackTradeLines.com. You see, those are my partners, my mentors out of California. They have one of the largest national and international business directories, you see, in the entire world. And these are brothers and sisters who actually work in Silicon Valley. You see, work for Microsoft, right? Work for Google, Facebook, and MySpace when they were coming up during the internet bubble. So they went ahead and started their own company. Black Trade Lines is a wonderful website. Wonderful. Also, I partnered with Caribbean Impact. That's headed by Marilyn Douglas Jones. She's an English professor back at ACC and also TSU.
Nice.
So I have some good people that's pushing me
that.
to do more. He said, I got a pair of fresh legs, and I'm foolhardy enough to get out there and try something. But that's the air reason. What can I say?
Right.
I don't want to dominate the conversation, so I'll pass the microphone to Mr. West.
All right.
And I think I'd just like to piggyback on that though. That's an important thing. When you go to these international cities, San Francisco, New York, Chicago, and whatnot, touring is a business that helps people with, like you said, elevation. They come here, they want to find out about the cities, find out about the different cultures. So you're serving an excellent purpose by spearheading that and showing
And meeting a need.
There's a definite need in that.
Absolutely.
There's a definite need. So I appreciate you, brother.
Okay, thank you.
Right.
Wes, what you got on the?
And what do I have?
That's hard act to follow, man.
It is a hard act.
I know you're passionate about your business, so let's hear it. What do you want the public to know?
Well, like I said, besides getting healthier and just drinking healthy water, let's go out and just become our own bosses.
Mm-hmm.
I know everybody's they get gung ho about 9 to 5 and having that job security, which is it's all good. I mean, but you still develop a side hustle or develop a
Multiple
brand.
streams of income.
Multiple streams.
Yes.
You know,
Multiple streams.
My mentor, well, I have many of them. They always says, and I tell people, 2 paychecks is always better than 1.
Oh, most definitely.
And so
3 to 5.
3 to 5.
Multiple.
Right, multiple.
Whatever it is. So, and that was instilled in me at an early age. at TSU, like, man, do I want to go to corporate? My mom, she retired from 30 years at ExxonMobil.
Mm-hmm.
You know, my dad, you know, he's always been a hustler, you know, driving trucks. So they had like the perfect, you know, I call it the perfect, like, corporate woman. You know,
Well,
hustler husband.
Back what you're saying though, listen, and I think Elevation had a point at this point too. Is I always tell people, listen, leverage. corporate America.
Yeah.
Get in there, build you up a little income,
Right.
learn a bit common business practices
Right.
and whatnot, and
Right.
get yourself to where you don't have to. You can trim off the risk of opening your own business right off the rip.
Right.
Leverage corporate America, get those benefits, get your health correct, get your 6-7 months of income saved to the side and whatnot, and now you're prepared. You're not going out there cold. So and then you know for corporate America, when you're giving those people, I think Dr. Watkins talked about this other night. He was like, listen, don't give corporate America 12 hours of your day.
Right.
Give them
That's
8.
powerful.
Give them 8, and my dad's always been about that too. Give them 8, come home, give yourself 6.
Yeah.
You got the 6.
Yeah.
So for sure. Where do we get one of those water
Excellent question.
filtration
You can go
website information on it?
Actually, you know what? You can email me.
Okay.
And of
What is
course,
that?
And they hit you on Facebook?
Facebook is pretty much that's my opening.
Yeah.
You know, you find me on Facebook at Wes Simmons.
He's always on it. So.
But I mean, I have to. I'm marketing.
That's
But yeah,
right. That's
Facebook.
right.
Yeah, of course, Wes Simmons. Of course, my business number.
W-E-S Simmons. W-E-S. Yes.
She's taking over.
It's
It's all good.
Make
Well,
sure
you know what?
they can get
That's
you
my
up.
girl.
Let's ask the both of you, since you are successful entrepreneurs and you're in practice every day, what is something you want somebody to know that is up and coming, trying to start a business? What is something that you use every day that makes your venture successful?
Of course, you have to have that time of personal development. You know, whether it's 30 minutes or an hour. You know, every day. I'm at 7 o'clock in the morning. Whether I'm just meditating or reading a book. 30 minutes right here to get my mind right, and boom. I mean, I'm out the door or returning phone calls, anything. But I really want to stress this, that everybody's not built out to be an entrepreneur.
That is correct.
It's just not built. I mean, you go from having.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's nothing wrong with that. You go from being paid twice a month or whatever, at your corporate job, and then you come out here and like, okay, yeah, I'm gonna go do this here, and then boom, I have to go out and create my own money.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody's not built for it, but if you're trained, you've done your work, and you believe in whatever product or service that you're about to provide to
Believe.
believe. If you have that belief, then man, don't let nothing stop you.
Yeah.
Because most people, they're not ready to go 3, 4, 5 months without making some money.
Yeah.
So that's the first question. If somebody wants to go into business, what's going to wake you up in the morning? What's your passion? Because even if you're not making any money at it at the first,
Right.
what's going to keep you working through that lull? So you have to, is that what something that you would ask somebody?
Yeah. I mean, that's pretty much one of my main questions. I mean, are you sure that you want to work from home or start a home-based business?
Mm-hmm.
Like, what's your vision? Like, I've always told your vision should be so big that it should scare people.
Mm.
Matter of fact, one of my mentors tweeted that about a year ago. It kind of shocked me, on Twitter. But anyway, it should scare people,
Right.
and because you're going to have those roadblocks and stumble, and people say you're stupid, you're crazy, you shouldn't be doing this. But if I know that, if my water can, I'm pushing it, because
you believe.
I see the results in myself, and
Right.
so the key is belief.
Believe, and then once you have that belief, once you're in that,
Mm-hmm.
you have to plan. So he was talking about going into corporate and having corporate as that springboard.
Mhm.
But with that, while you're in that and you're working your corporate job,
You gotta give yourself 6.
you gotta plan.
Mhm.
You gotta plan. You have to take that vision, because you mentioned vision, Wes. You gotta take it from your head, get it on paper, make it real, make it tangible, and be about your work. You gotta write out your vision. You gotta set out a plan for yourself and go back to it on a daily.
Mm-hmm.
Make it a part of your day. So
Right.
it could be, and we talked about this, being ingrained in your DNA.
Yeah.
You're gonna have to shift. You can't keep doing the same thing and expect a different results. I'm talking to myself. So you have to be about that. Keep revisiting your vision, your dreams, your whatever that is, your vision. With all of it, keep going back to it on a daily basis. And that'll keep you motivated, stay in that attitude of gratitude. We talked about this before. Stay in that attitude, regardless of what comes up in your life, it is there. It depends on how you look at it, you know, and it can shift and you can make it a blessing. So just movement and action. I think that's the thing for today. We've been talking about over and over again, movement and action. You just gotta move, you gotta move.
Brother Elevation, there you got something to say.
Yes, sir.
Yes, I want to return back to the original question. What are some of the things that we do every single day? And this is something I was thinking about even before you said it. He said returning phone calls. I want to unpack
Oh,
that.
better get on the follow-up. I done heard you preach on it.
I want to unpack the follow-up.
Preach on it.
And whenever we go out and network, you see, whether it's casually, whether it's purposeful, whatever, we should follow up. If we exchange business cards or contact information, it doesn't necessarily have to be the very next day or a couple days later.
Right.
It could be a couple weeks later, but at least let that person know, hey, your conversation had an impact on me. You see, thank you for taking the time out to talk to me. Even if you might be smarter than them, still, you reach out to them. See, don't wait for anybody to take that initiative.
Right.
Because I believe, and I know I've been put in certain positions based on me following up. That maybe I wouldn't have been in before, if I just kept my mouth closed.
Yeah.
So I think we need to do a lot more follow up. I think that's part of the business etiquette.
Tool.
It is a
Right.
yes.
Yeah, it is.
Right.
It is. Using that.
Right.
Yeah.
Even when we get together to go network or meet somebody with a business meeting, bring your pen and paper. Take a couple of notes or something.
Right.
You don't know who this person is and who they connected to. They might be like connected to the King of Zamunda.
Right. And then what you mentioned too is the structure of the follow-up.
Right.
You know, acknowledge someone else and what they're doing.
That's all.
People love talking about themselves.
Correct.
And then when you show interest in what they do, then they opens them up and it brings down barriers.
Correct.
So what you said there was very
You're a
powerful.
master. I've seen you work it, brother. You're a master at that. You're very good at it. So.
Well, when all of us got together, at that time of the 4 times, I felt very fortunate to be around such great individuals because we had a wonderful conversation. Right. I wish we had a video camera running that time.
Right.
Right. Because there's a lot of jewels getting dropped.
It was.
Absolutely.
I wish we could talk about it again or revisit that one.
Most definitely. Please revisit that whole subject.
All right.
Yes.
We'll yeah.
But follow-up.
Follow-up
is everything.
Fortune is in the follow-up.
Well,
Say it again?
The fortune is in the follow-up.
oh, the fortune is in the follow-up.
Fortune.
That's a nugget. That's a nugget.
You did that.
Boy, see?
Absolutely.
We get to close the segment on that, brothers.
Okay, say it for me one more time. The fortune is.
The fortune is in the follow-up.
There you go.
Fortune is in the follow-up, beloveds. Just drop the jewel in your lap. All right.
Well, thank you, brothers. Man, this has been great.
It has been.
Man.
It has been. I am most blessed to have you here joining us and, sharing this, your information, your knowledge, your experiences. Brother, you have something to say?
Absolutely. I want to say thank you for having us here. But also, I want to emphasize that everyone should go to Eventbrite and sign up for the Black Land Matters seminar. Now, I'm not getting real emotional by trying to evoke emotion in you. However, this is very important.
Yes.
When we talk about reparations, a lot of times we talk about it in somewhat of an intangible sense.
You're right.
Right.
Yeah.
So what does that really look like?
Yeah.
But if you don't have to go asking for anybody for anything, and you focus on what Mr. Cherry said as far as going back and seeing what you've already done. If we've already owned land, that's still connected to you, unless you expressly wrote it off. Right. Other than that, that belongs to you. Why not go claim it?
There you go.
It's such a disconnect between us and the city and people that live out in the country.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Most definitely.
We need to close that gap.
Most definitely.
Right.
Right
So
on.
we'll be going into our music selections. Let Me In, Anthony David. We'll be following it up. I know this song we played last week, but I think it's imperative that we drive this home for you. Mary, Mary, go get it. It's yours. It's there for you. Go get it.
Craig David, I haven't heard him in a minute. I like Craig David. Where's he been lately? Craig David.
Anthony David.
Oh, Anthony David. Oh,
yeah.
yes, Craig David.
Anthony David, boy, that's your boy.
Yeah.
What was this?
He also saw that called Let Me In.
So he came to town and it was just him and his song.
Oh, that's what's
So we met back 4 times. We basically talking about how to reassemble the Black Dollar Project, how to move it ahead.
Yeah.
So that was a wonderful conversation.
It was wonderful. It was way too broad. It was way too.
There was a lot to throw at us.
It was way too. Like I said, if we ever have another meeting like that again, we got to start with some action propaganda takes a while.
Yep.
And it's not going to be televised.
Correct.
It has to be silent and still, and that takes a couple years for the build up. And that in itself is a plan. Right. How are we going to do that before we get to? Before we start talking about money and this, that, and the other, whatever? Right. We got to start. How are we going to plan the propaganda?
The media is part of it, absolutely.
And through our own linking up not only the black businesses and the third or fifth ward. Just because you're not a black business in the ward don't mean that you need to be part of it. So you
can't be part of it.
You can't be part of it. I need the 4 more times in every suburban black business. I need to go get them and we need to be
where we at. See, Sugar Land for sure.
Yeah.
See, the average per capita is 100,000.
So we need to bring them in, and so they can be delivering to the public subliminal messaging about how it's coming together. See, we're disconnected. We're disconnected. So that's what I'm saying. So those are type of action items. The question would be, how do we join the disconnect? How do we bring the inner city and the suburb agendas together? How do we do that? That's going to take 6 months, but how do we do it? You know. So that's wealth transfer. When you get the connection between the inner city businesses and the suburban businesses, then you're talking about, particularly with the suburban business, you're taking their money. You got to fool into thinking that they supporting and all, which they are. So I'm all about helping everybody. If I have a business, I'm not going to just isolate myself to one particular.
Got green.
Yeah, but if you got green, bring it. That said, the wealth transfer is take that green and go put it to an objective.
Okay.
Take that green, put it in the objective. And as long as white folks know that as long as they don't know that they're doing that,
They contribute, yeah.
oh, yeah, you contribute like a motherfucker. But see, that takes a plan. And like I said, when we go back to have that meeting, your immediate reaction is priceless. If we can't show the city or ourselves through an action item that we can unite, now I fool with it.
You know who has a good strategy? There's a club in Washington Avenue called Foxhole. So they have like Latino nights and techno nights, stuff like this. But you'll never know that it's black owned. Yeah, absolutely.
I had no idea.
Right, they're not just beating on their chest, hey, black power, so on and so forth. Which is cool, see? But you don't always be there. You want to be about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we gotta post it all on the wall and stuff. You come into the wall, the world's being powerful.
I'm all about the green dollar. At the end of the day, but I want to encourage wealth transfer. I want to rob Peter to pay Paul. Constructively.
And it can be done.
Yeah, we need to talk more about that for the insurance policies, life insurance.
I had a conversation with a brother up in Dallas. He said, you want to take care of all the killers in Chicago right now? Start insuring all the kids up there. Transfer that risk to the insurance company. They'll stop all that. They got the military down there. You see the insurance policy showing up at MetLife? Right. A baby black boy getting insured for $1 million a clip. That's called wealth transfer. You start getting them insurance policies, I bet you they get the cartels out of there then.
Okay. I need to have that conversation. I know some people back in Chicago, but I never thought about that.
Yeah.
I think Jason Black is up there.
Yeah. Start insuring all the kids.
Voice Walker, he's not that far. He in Louisville. That's about 2 times from Chicago.
Yeah.
They had a conference last year up in Chicago. So that's an idea. That's a great idea.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Right. Absolutely. And another thing I was telling her, I was like, listen, we need to infiltrate the gun license department. Everybody needs guns. Right. Everybody.
Period.
When you start doing that legally, shit start getting done.
Yep.
With that life insurance idea, that's genius.
Yeah.
That's genius.
I haven't heard of that.
I know. I talked about it with a friend of mine. We came up kind of with it together, so I can't take credit for that. But that's genius. Transferring the death risk to insurance company. $1 million a clip. That's wealth. You start putting wealth back in the hood real quick. I bet you they put it in that neighborhood then.
You been to Chicago before?
Yeah.
You been to Chicago before?
Yes, I have twice, but I haven't been on the south side. No,
The south side is terrible.
Yeah.
It's like a war zone.
Yeah.
You think New Orleans?
The cartel isn't there. That's what the problem is. The cartel, South American cartel, Mexican cartel, they're in Chicago. You don't get drugs and ammunition like that.
That's real wrong. And then you get that out.
And you know where I found that out from? A white Republican senator. He's up there right now. He's a state Republican senator. He has it all on the webpage on how to fix the problem. You know what they want the problem fixed too? It's fucking up their city.
Right.
It's on his website. A white Republican senator. He said the cartels are here. Until the federal government wants them out, you're gonna have killers.
Yeah.
They did that with LA with the Iran Contra.
Oh, back in the early 80s.
Yeah, that's all that was.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
okay,
nice.
thank you.
Oh, this is you.
Okay, welcome back. So the moral to the story, this whole show is go get it. Go get your blessing. It's there waiting for you. You name it, you claim it. You have 2 entrepreneurs in here, 3 entrepreneurs, myself, Sister D, Brother Cherry, all of
I'm
us.
launching in the fall.
Yeah, launching in the fall. All entrepreneurs telling you it's nothing to it, but what? To go do it.
Go
Plan
do
your,
it.
get it from your head, out of your head, your vision, onto paper, make it real, make it tangible.
There you go.
Make it real, y'all. It's there. It wouldn't have been planted in your spirit if you weren't able to do it. Go get it. Nothing left to do it. Just go do it.
I'm not sure if I can leave you, Ren.
See, don't play with me, Brother Cherry. Don't start playing with me. I'm crying my tears.
You're playing with my emotions.
I'm all hurt and devastated.
Right,
You know
right,
to
right.
believe it, but
Right.
yeah, you. I give thanks for you for real, brother. I give thanks. You have inspired me. You've kept me grounded. You made this such an awesome experience up to this point.
Well,
So,
we had to share the energy because
Yeah, real talk.
when we first met, I mean, it just clicked right off the bat.
instant,
And I
indescribable.
was humble. Why did you just ask me, Rob? I said, don't you know, what's your Rolodex bigger than mine? I was like, you got plenty of people to ask. But
It's about, pick your vibe, picking the right people, the people who you feel in your heart will work with you and for you. And so I knew it instantly. So yes, this brother is extraordinary.
And the energy in the room today is awesome.
Oh my
And it-
goodness.
boy.
Y'all brought it. Y'all came with it
Yes.
and tore it up. Showed up and showed out.
Most definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, honestly, how could we not? See, because we run some great minds right now. So yes, so we have a platform, so we need to go ahead and leverage that and utilize that because we never know when we get a second chance. We might touch one person out there and get them to go ahead and get that machine rolling.
Go ahead.
It's a snowball effect.
Yeah, we just we're
Which goes
reflections
back-
of each other.
Right. We go back to brother keeper.
Yeah.
Brother and sisters keeper. I mean, this is a resource today. We got fabulous resources today.
Yeah.
One,
Yeah.
we got the tours. Was it Visit Back Houston?
Correct.
Like Houston.
Visit, and then we got the if you want to get your business to work with the city, that was another one. That's
Could you
great.
drop that information?
Drop
one more
that
time?
one more time.
Absolutely.
Brother Elevation.
So every Thursday at 611 Walker Street, from 2 p.m. to 4 p.m., there's, I believe it's on the 7th floor, there's a minority pre-certification course. So minority pre-certification course, it gets people ready or prepared to work with the city.
And to drive this home, because corporations do this too, they have money set aside. And particularly the public institutions, or government institutions, they have to set some things aside. They do. It's policy.
Yeah.
But even the corporations, they have money earmarked. They just can't find nobody to give it
To
to.
give it to.
Also, I know a lot of people always talk about the Super Bowl coming in 2017.
Yes.
I want people to get prepared for 2018, how the AKA Bootleg will be here in June of 2018.
Mm.
Last year, the Deltas were
Deltas,
here. Right, so about 12,000, at least 12,000 registered Deltas within the city of Houston.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And I believe, and they will look for a lot of black-owned businesses, Patreon.
They were.
Mm-hmm.
They
Right.
were.
They were up and down Alameda, and they searching hard.
Mhm.
And I didn't launch my website till September last year.
Wow.
We're gonna be prepared for
Oh,
it.
yo, he gonna be ready.
Yeah.
So everybody check that.
AKAs, that's right.
AKAs in June of 2018. That's gonna be heavy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
so sister's coming time to find me one.
Gotta go through me first.
That's real talk. And Brother Wes, another great resource. Hit this man up on Facebook so he gets some good water up in you.
Yeah.
It's all about the water.
It is. And next week, I have the music playlist next
You
week.
have the music playlist. Let me see what you got.
Oh, and I'm telling you, one song off the rip is OJ's Family Reunion because it goes to the structure. Oh man.
But you're absolutely right. It goes directly to
Family structure.
Yeah, family structure.
Eddie LeVert, he gonna bring it.
Oh Lord.
I'm trying to tell you.
I want to
Y'all
look.
be ready so you don't have to get ready.
This Michelle
Michelle Indigo Cello.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Michelle.
Mhm.
That love song number 3. I have to
Yeah.
go and download
Oh,
that.
yeah.
And let me share with you, she has a number 1 and a number 2. I went with this one because it had a heavy guitar.
Yeah,
You know,
I
she
heard
has one
it.
that the number 2 has more of a reggae kind of thing going on, and there's a number 1. So
Yeah, but this number 3 was
She hit it.
she was hitting it.
Yeah.
She was
that's
hitting
my
it.
girl.
She was
I
hitting
saw her
it.
in concert.
Oh, you know what? Another song. I'm gonna have to bring in some Bob Marley Rat Race.
Oh, go ahead.
Man.
See, and I haven't brought in Bob Marley yet, so.
The Battle on My Bus is one of the greatest albums ever.
Okay.
No, I'm
Okay.
see I'm straight up here.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying?
Okay, so, yeah. I
Please
got-
believe I'm bringing
I got
the noise
got a
next week.
competition.
I'm bringing the noise next week.
Yeah. Seeing as how it will be your last time with us.
It might not. I don't know, man. Whoa, I know. I'm still inspired today. I mean, I've always felt inspired about this setting, but today really just touched another. Yeah,
Really, I'm
it
telling
was really
you,
good.
it makes, I agree with just emotional.
One more thing before we close, brother. Elevation.
Absolutely. Everybody out there who likes to play chess, we have a chess club where we meet at different black-owned businesses once a week. We're on meetup.com. It's called the Black Knights Chess Club.
Do you guys play golf?
Oh yeah,
I play golf.
But no, chess. I'm down for that.
Absolutely. So we use it for networking, for patronizing, and we had different places. Last week we were at the Godfather's Pizza. That's on that way, north side, all there.
All right. Well, I'm gonna get the information from you.
Black Knights,
Chess Club.
okay.
I'll get that.
Golf, Brother West, you were talking.
Oh, just if you guys
Oh
play
yeah,
golf.
I'll let you about that. I'm working on my slice.
Your slice?
Yeah.
That's all I got is slice.
Well, Ren, any closing thoughts for your sister?
Terrible.
You know, I'm feeling inspired and I'm excited. I'm excited about the possibilities. I'm excited about what we heard today and moving forward. We have to keep elevating, keep striving to move to the next level. And we saw that with these brothers present. So yeah, I'm good. I always leave the show on another level, high from, just the energy, I'm an energy hog. So, and I take it all in. Yeah, I'm buzzing, I'm good. Looking forward to next week. Y'all, I do want to mention First Thursday Business Social. Hit us up. I have a First Thursday Business Social page. You can hit me on my Facebook, Wendy and Garrett, my Facebook page. First Thursday Business Social, we will be highlighting, I'll be screening Resurrecting Black Wall Street, the blueprint. That's Dr. Boyce Watkins. I'll be screening it at First Thursday Business Social. So, yeah.
Same place, same time?
A Groovy Grill Mansion, 7 to 10 p.m. Don't miss it, yo. Don't miss it. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you. It's been beautiful. It's been awesome. And love you. Ain't nothing you can do about it.
All right.
Peace.